Before the video starts, I would recommend the Holy Bible to read at the end of video. Please check out the link in the description. As of today, the Father has spoken to you that I am the unshakable foundation that you have in your life. I serve as both the foundation and the capstone of the structure. When I have finished constructing myself within you, the angels will utter the words of grace into the structure of myself that I have erected within you. When other people look at you, they refuse to legitimize what I am doing. Nonetheless, you should not stare at their faces, and you should not be afraid of the opinions of men. I will shift and transition you to a new purpose and a bigger benefit than you have ever experienced before. Allow humility and silence to adorn and beautify you as I do so. Have you faith in me? Allow me to guide you across the confines of the space that is just ahead of you. Turn your gaze away from the right hand and the left hand. It is not appropriate to check in with individuals around you to assess how well you are performing the task. Please allow me to direct you with my eye. My presence is the only place where you may find approbation and peace. Any other place will not do. I am opening a door for you, and you will be ushered into a place of provision and accomplishment that others only dream of and would never envision you experiencing. Where others only see a wall, I am opening a door for you. I am your protection, and I am your advancement, says the Father. And I am glad to disclose myself in your life today in a fresh way that you have never experienced before. I believe that I am your advancement. According to what the Father has communicated to you today, the angel recorders have been released into your life. Every tear, every prayer, and every cry that you have given to me in your time of need are being recorded by the angel recorders. They are keeping a record of everything that you have done. Even my loud voice, with which I am now crying over your life, cries, "It is enough." My voice says it all. On account of the fact that I shall put an end to suffering, as well as to pain and trouble. This is who I am and what I bring into existence, and I have engraved it on both your heart and your forehead. El Shaddai, the Father says, because I am more than sufficient and more than willing to act on your behalf. Since you are moving and transitioning into the receiving season by my hand, now is a time to trust that you are progressing forward. There is no more delay, the Father declares. There is no longer any need to ponder, God, will this ever change? It is true that I have kept the watchful eye of my fidelity in your life, both my son and my daughter. The response, the provision, and the shift that you have petitioned me for are all being brought to you in their entirety by me. You should keep an eye out for it, anticipate it, and have hope for it, since your faith is providing the manifestation of what you have demanded from me on this day. In today's message, the Father asserts that change is not detrimental, rather, it is advantageous. To achieve a different result, you will need to undertake a different course of action. What you do with what I have already spoken is much more powerful than what you are depending upon me to do or say with regard to what I have already said. My kingdom is not an observation gallery, rather, it is a kingdom in which people participate. Not only does faith act, but religion observes. Belief takes the initiative. Faith requires taking chances, and as a result, it gains the rewards. When it comes to moving toward and achieving your goal, what kinds of risks are you willing to take? Put to rest the vacuous opinions of men and the power that they have that is not legitimate. If you are successful in achieving the goals that they have set for you and meeting the standards that they have established, they will simply raise the bar and develop an entirely new set of expectations. You are seated with Christ in heavenly regions, says the Father, and you continue to be with me. It is impossible to tell where you stand when dealing with a man, since those who are proud will constantly take advantage of your frailty and defenselessness. I will take advantage of your frailty and provide you with wings in your state of fragility, so enabling you to soar into the fulfillment of everything that I have undoubtedly promised you, even on this very day. As of today, the Father has stated, I have witnessed your service of sacrifice in front of me. According to the Father, other people have ignored your efforts as if they were of no value, but I do not believe such to be the case. Do not be concerned with the results or the accomplishments, says the Father. The outcome is mine, and I am the one who will be successful. Allow your willingness and compliance to serve as the foundation for your focus and attentiveness respectively. In accordance with your willingness and obedience, you will consume the goodness of the country, and the Father assures you that there is goodness in the land for you to consume. Although the landscape of your life has appeared to be desolate and barren, I am the root that takes great pleasure in emerging from the dry ground that you have created. Fill your valley of heaviness with trenches of expectation, because what I am about to pour down will not be contained even in your highest anticipations. Therefore, fill your valley with anticipation. Where do you stand? In light of the fact that this is my now time, it is also your now time. In this moment, you will be filled with joy. You will not long for some promise that is yet in the future. I will make it possible for you to consume the marrow and substance of what other people have decided to stop believing in for the time being. I will do this even today. You should rejoice and be glad, the Father continues, for this is the grief that is transformed into rejoicing right at this very now. In this moment, the Father declares, I am transferring you from a burden to a blessing. I urge you to engage in what I refer to as the great relinquishing. I want you to give that circumstance, that person, and that problem to me today, in a complete and total release, and I want you to never take it up again. You do not have to bear the load of it. The load is causing your shoulders to chafe, so why would you do that? Roll your worries over onto my back today, because I will carry you through to a new place in my spirit. My shoulders are broad, and my sinews are strong. I will carry you through. Put those worries to rest, roll those worries, let go of your worries, and come into the area where there is no worry, for I am the one who is caring for you. You are under my care, says the Father. It is both who I am and what I do that I am caring for you. It is a time that is both yoke easy and burden light. What I am saying to you, son and daughter, is to take a load off and allow me to carry you and relieve you once and for all in a grace that is ongoing and persistent in its burden bearing. In this day and age, my beloved, I am extending to you both my gift and my charity. It is now that the Father declares, I love you completely and completely all the time. Within my promises, there are no gradations or levels of faithfulness that can be found. I will not stop working with you until you have experienced all of my promises, and I will continue to do so until you do. Is it possible for you to accept all as a measuring of my blessing? Anemic percentages that are assessed by the dead hand of unbelief are not something that I use to work my will. To do a work that is both full and complete in your life, I come to you today in a complete and robust state of readiness. I am not neglecting or ignoring any aspect of your life by any stretch of the imagination. I am there, says the Father. I am there applying the effectiveness of the blood-soaked hyssop of the cross in your behalf. I see, and I know, and I am working, even in the deepest recesses of your soul, where you have no courage to look or even to pray. I am working on your behalf. To this day, the Father encourages you to have hope. Raise yourself up. I am working, mending, and sparing you, so allow yourself to be intoxicated by my love and my vigilant care over your life. There is no way that I will ever permit you to suffer any kind of damage. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, "Let there be a people who are united by your presence today." It is extremely important that you do not permit men who have narrow-minded perspectives to re-erect the middle wall of separation that I demolished on the cross. I make this statement once more. From my throne, I acknowledge that there is no difference between males and females, that there is no segregation, that there is no sect, clique, party, or division among you. I abhor the actions of those who label my people as cattle and count them as commodities and numbers, with the intention of containing and spending them as a resource that may be used when necessary. I lead my people to a place of liberty in this day and hour. I am taking them there. My purposes for this day will not permit my people, including you, to be used as commodities. I will not permit this whatsoever. The person who touches you, reviles you, or uses you will be called to task by my hand, declares your Father. You are the apple of my eye, and I will bring him to justice. Your Father says, so shake yourself from the mesmerizing effect of the spirit of religion, and reclaim the autonomy of my throne that does not sit idle within you. This is because I am sitting within you, and I am working through you to bring about my purpose and my mercy in this new day. This day, the Father commands you to bring your alabaster oblation, pour it over my head, and pour it over my feet. This is the day. Your Father encourages you to go ahead and offer up your praise and devotion, as well as your gift. Will I not accept it without question? Would it not be possible for your adoration to become the oil that makes my face shine at the right hand of my Father instead? Proceed with the pouring out of the liquid onto my feet. Will they not be washed? In the same way that you have honored me as the head in the heavenly realm, you should now pour down your oblation onto my feet here on earth. Are you going to refrain from washing my feet today? My feet, which are the feet of my body, are dirty, dry, and bleeding. My sons and daughters are also in this situation. The Father adds that in the same way that you have bathed the feet of those who are the least blessed, you have also done the same thing for me. So take your opportunity as you have envisioned, and as you have craved that occasion to wash my feet with your tears and wipe them with the hairs of your head. Even so, says the nail-scarred one, come out now and find my feet on the earth, and as you wash those feet, I will receive your service of worship and capture you and catch you away into a new place of intimacy and experience of my fullness. For it is my heart and my pleasure to give place to those with the heart of humility and service, to find their portion in my bosom, even this day. According to what the Father has said today, I am washing you. The Father adds, I am bathing you in cleansing. There is no need for you to look a further treatment. You have no need for any other resource because I am the one who is washing and reviving you. To this very day, I am washing you in my I amness, and I am washing you in that which I am. I am at your side and within you, connecting with you on a spiritual and emotional level. Allow yourself to be carried away by the currents of my compassion on this day, and discover the purification that comes from my grace. It is no longer acceptable to cry out, unclean, unclean, or to be contaminated. As a result of the waters of the word and the words that I speak to you and into you on this day, you have been cleaned, washed, and made free. I grant you permission to be changed for all eternity, says the Father. I offer you permission to be transformed. I provide you the freedom to progress into the fullness of Christ, which is the means by which I am seated in the heavenly realms within you, just as you are within me. So go ahead, says the Father, go ahead and take pleasure in the streams of kindness that are flowing over you at this very moment. Be immersed, yes, be immersed and baptized in mercy, and rise up with a torrent of mercy gushing out of your belly to all those around you who are afflicted by shame and sin, including but not limited to those who are captives of past regret and failure. Now, be a conduit of kindness to others, and give them freely, the full and free-flowing love that I so freely fill you with today. Give it to them. Today, the Father expresses to you that you are blessed both when you leave and when you return. Simply by moving, you are bringing my presence and favor into existence. Whenever there is even the slightest shift in your routine or activities, the angels who have been assigned to you will adjust their day accordingly. The blessing that I bestow upon you is not merely a collection of heartfelt wishes or religious feelings. The gift that I bestow upon your life is that you will be successful and triumphant in every event and situation that you encounter. The Father assures His Son, I am with you. I am with you and I am for you. I am by your side in everything, including the decisions that you make that would have been different if you had listened to me. I am with you and I am for you. Despite the fact that I have been subjected to criticisms against you for the past 2,000 years, I would prefer that you have an ear that is open to hearing me out. What the Father has to say is that I accept you entirely. Without any reservations, I welcome you as my beloved and as a person who is eligible to receive all of the kingdom privileges that come with being my beloved. You need only be aware that my approval is a different thing. Although acceptance is unrestricted, approval is something that must be gained. Accept the burden of my acceptance and learn my methods. Model yourself after my ideas and intentions. Take the yoke of my approbation upon itself. I am bringing you up to be a loving son who reflects my character, not one of immaturity or stupidity. I am developing you to look like me. Pay attention to my voice that reverberates in the void that exists between your own ideas. Take a moment to be still and know, and in the process of knowing, take on my nature. This will allow you to not only enjoy my favor, but also manifest my character in all of your transactions, even today. Today, the Father tells you that my grace in your life is a nourishing effect in ways that you have not yet considered. It brings me great joy to demonstrate my love for you in ways that are rare, unconventional, and unheard of. It is reasonable to anticipate that I will make an appearance in your life today and do exceptional actions in relation to regular things that some people mistakenly believe I have no interest in. According to the Father, you should be aware that I maintain a running inventory of every single hair on your head and every single cell in your body. By my hand, I brand your organs and your limbs for the purpose of blessing and benefiting you. I search through your cabinets and make a total of your deposits in your bank accounts. I am familiar with every article of clothes, as well as the most recent time you wore each of them. Oh, my dear, I am fervent, willing, and moving right now to provide you with a demonstration of my great grace that is out of the norm. It is I who is both your source and your increase. Using the same method of preservation that prevented the shoes of the Israelites from becoming worn out while they were wandering in the wilderness, I am maintaining even your personal stuff. They will inquire about your maintenance routine and the goods that you use, and you will respond with a chuckle and a statement that, "It is the product line of Jehovah Jireh, for he cares for me in ways that are incalculable to appreciate." As a sign and a marvel, I am bringing you to a place of rest and favor in the culture that is full with anxiety and worry about you. They are going to see the smile that is always on your face, and they are going to want to know who your Papa is and how they can come to know him personally.